Oh, you know, 2 nights without really sleeping, and both of us are a little bit tired, but the good news is we managed to get ourselves into first place, and the main competition is about 2.5 or 3 miles behind us now. We've got the kite up, and we've turned more or less to the north, so that's good. It was a pretty easy night, really, with the code 0 up, just playing a traveler to keep the boat on its feet, and reaching along in the Gulf Stream. We had 2.5 knots of current at the end, and we pretty much still do. And so I'm going to ride this on starboard for a while here, and then when we feel like it, we're going to make our ley line call towards New York. Here's the finish. We're sailing right now along this. This is the continental shelf as well, and it just so happens that we're sailing at the angle that goes straight up here, basically. And this warm eddy has current that's going in a circular fashion like this, right? So the idea is that we sail up here until we get to the ley line to hit this warm eddy, like that, boom. And then we do a couple more drives.
Yeah.
And so there's 2 things. One, there's this little spot right here, which is not good. This would be current against us right here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when you jump inside, you got even more.
Well, yeah, and here. So I put a point right here on the chart, meaning for sure no jibing until there. And then I put a point where I think that it's a good ley line for the jibe, and I also put right here as a ley line, as a point on the chart to mark where the boundary of this actually is.
Okay. Sailing vessel Mare for the cargo ship, which is on train 21 is over. I think you see us. Would you remind you that IES is a good invention to see other boats coming, right? And that you've got right of way, and I ask you please, alter your course, not when it's over. Okay, thank you. Yes. Please get to the winch.
So Sunday afternoon around 2 o'clock local time, we passed Hatteras this morning, are still in the Gulf Stream with the big kite up, and the Stolent has a stay sail, which is working very well. We're going quick. Everything on board is pretty good. We're having a little bit of trouble getting the pilot tuned in the way we want it, so it's pretty hard to leave the helm right now. You can, but you have to bear away a lot and go very slowly. Only other thing other than that is the fact that I'm getting pretty freaking tired. When I did the Barcelona race, you know, we were sailing for a few months at a time, and the boat's very big, and so you can leave it to its own devices. In this boat, you have to pay attention to it all times. You have to play the traveler to keep it on its feet. You have to change the sails all the time, this and that. Long story short, I'm complaining, but I've gotten about 6 hours of sleep in the last 2.5 days, and it's beginning to wear on me a little bit. But I think I'm just going to have to get used to it and try to manage the time that I'm not driving more effectively. Pretty much it for right now. Beautiful sunny day, as you can see, so life is good. Sunday evening, 7:45 at night. Not really very much to report for today. champagne sailing all day between 13 and 18 knots of breeze with a kite up, with between 3 and 4.5 knots of current with us. We sailed out of the strongest flow of the Gulf Stream to the east, jibed, and are going back in, hoping to catch a warm eddy that's between us and New York City. And normally we should be on the Jersey Shore about 5 in the morning. Other than that, we just keep trucking.
Weather online, okay.
Éclairage.
Oh, baby.
How nice is that? It's a new world, a brave new world. Light air upwind sailing.
Miserable, no sun, but I think we're still leading, which is good. And 100 miles to New York, so we should make it in daytime, hopefully. And yeah, well, I hope we were extending it a little bit on the others, so we have got some margin before we enter New York Harbor, so that we don't see any bad surprises.
What happened last night?
We had a little patch of light winds, so we lost a little bit of our advantage. But in the end, well, it's yacht racing.
Have cups. I forgot what cups are though. How much is 1.5 cups in the metric system? See if I can blow something up. What to do, what to do? Do we go all the way to the beach and hope we have wind? Do we jive earlier and try to stay in the middle of the course a little bit? Just try to play the shift? It's kind of hard to say. Everything is a little less certain than it was yesterday at this time, that's for sure.
Do you have something to say?
This sucks. This is too much stress for me. I'm gonna go back to sailing bigger boats.
Just give me a 2 o'clock update.
Fuck. Fuck is a good word, no?
No, it's not really a good word. Unfortunate is maybe a better word. Unfortunate that we picked this side of the course instead of the other one, because obviously they had better pressure for longer, closer to the Gulf Stream last night. Because we went from being in the lead to being 18 miles behind in a space of about 6 hours, which is too bad for us. But we're doing our best to try to make up for it. We have a little bit of light breeze along the coast here, which is probably better than what they have, hopefully, based on the grip files, and we'll see. We're just going to try to get there.
Anything to add that's G-rated?
No. No, everything is said. No, why and said so what was. I mean, it's unfortunate. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's like you're doing a choice, you think it's the right choice, and then things are going in a different way than you thought they would go, and yeah, it's a bit of sad after 2 days of work. I mean, well, but that's yacht racing.
But it isn't over yet.
So, well, tough luck. Sure, right? Yeah. Isn't this the home of Bruce Springsteen?
Yeah. That's a fact that everyone in the world knows, that Bruce Springsteen is from New Jersey. He's very hot about telling you.
And John Bon Jovi also, no?
Yeah. John Mellencamp as well, I think.
But that's all these
rockers. It's all the rockers. Just getting finished my my dinner very quickly so that we can keep going. This is the boat that's been ahead of us for most of the day, crossing behind us, where they belong. And now we just got to get into New York Harbor without any big problems with light wind, current, and all that stuff. No. ETA is something like 11 o'clock.
The ball is white again. We are back in first place with Harvard behind us, distance. So we came out unscratched from our little adventure on the beach. And in the end it was a good race because, as I said, we stick to our game plan. We had good boat speed, good crew work. So I'm really happy with this race. So why?
Yeah, it's a shame about those guys and their bowsprit. It would have been nice to have a fight with them to the finish, but at the same time, if we can get in here still, we have to worry about light air and the current and everything in the harbor, so it isn't finished yet. We'll see when we get there, but I'm definitely looking forward to having some beer.
Yeah, me too. The other one is moving.
This one here? Yeah. Hey, he's moving. He's going 10 knots. Thank you for using your AIS. That's very gentlemanly of you.
Not like the cargo African Pantera.
Look, mate, we're going under the symbolic gateway into New York, the Verrazano Narrows Bridge.
What's this at?
Verrazano Narrows. Well, I'm driving the boat up to Manhattan. We've got the boss down below talking to the project manager, and so far so good. We managed to get in here without one being run into or two running into anybody, and we've come in first, which for me is a new thing these days. I've been doing a lot of sailing but haven't been winning a whole lot, and I'm very happy about it. And Jorg is pretty damn happy as well. He's even more hyperactive than ever at this point, and I think we're gonna have a little celebration dinner, and then tomorrow night maybe we'll have a little party.